All right, welcome to lesson 4. We're going to talk about chromosomes today. Learning objective is that you'll be able to describe the structure and role of chromosomes. So new vocab words, we have gene, homologous chromosome, gamete, haploid, fertilization, diploid, sex chromosome, and autosome. So let's talk about chromosome numbers. So all cells contain genetic information in the form of DNA molecules. We haven't gone super in depth on DNA yet. We will soon. But DNA, every living thing has DNA in its cells. The instructions for traits like hair color are located on chromosomes, which are coiled up DNA basically. And the DNA on chromosomes is arranged in regions called genes. So those genes code for the formation of proteins, which then carry out most of the work of the cells. It has the directions for everything about you, how you look, how your body runs, everything is on or in those genes. And each chromosome consists of hundreds of genes, each playing a role in determining the characteristics and the functions of the cell. All right, so here are homologous chromosomes. So each body cell has 46 chromosomes. Each parent contributes 23, resulting in 23 pairs. So there are 46 chromosomes, but only 23 different kind of types of chromosomes. Chromosomes that make up a pair, one from each parent, are called homologous chromosomes. So here we could say this is a chromosome from dad, this is a chromosome from mom. Together they make a homologous set. They are homologous chromosomes. Are they exactly the same? No. This one looks slightly different. It's going to have slightly different. The genes are going to code for different variations than this one would. But they code for the same type of gene. They have the same length and centromere position. And homologous chromosomes will always have that same length and that same centromere position. And they carry genes that control the same traits. Now for haploid and diploid cells. So gametes are sex cells that have half the number of chromosomes, and the symbol N is used to represent the number of chromosomes. And in humans, N is 23. We have 23 different types of chromosomes. The cell with N number of chromosomes is called haploid. So we are covering meiosis next, but in meiosis we create these gamete cells that only have half of that homologous pair. There's only one chromosome in there, there's not the pair. So in humans, those gametes are going to be the egg and the sperm. Fertilization then happens where one haploid gamete combines with another haploid gamete, and they combine to form a diploid cell. So a cell that contains 2n number of chromosomes is called a diploid cell. We had 2 haploid cells that only had half of the set. They combined with fertilization to then create a diploid cell that has the pairs for each one. Okay, chromosomes also are used for sex determination. So each cell in your body, except for gametes, has 23 pairs of chromosomes. And again, anytime we say pairs, that's going to be 2. That's the homologous pair. So that's going to be a diploid cell. One of these pairs is called the sex chromosomes, and they determine an individual's biological gender. The other 22 pairs of chromosomes are called autosomes. There's 22 of them, so it's going to be plural autosomes. There are 2 types of sex chromosomes. They are either X or Y, and individuals with 2 X chromosomes are considered biologically female, and individuals with X and Y are biologically male. So we will go more in depth in how this process happens in future lessons, but here I just want to plug really quick that 2 X chromosomes being female and XY being male are the most common ones that we see. However, meiosis is not always perfect. There is the possibility of someone having 3 X chromosomes or 2 X chromosomes and a Y. So it is not just that dichotomous or just 2 options of XX and XY. There are other things that can happen with these sex chromosomes. Right, if you have any questions, please let me know. And you are ready to move on to the next assignment.